Okay, so I had called the number on the billboard and I went to the county mental health center because I was suicidal, having strong suicidal thoughts. And so when I first got there, they check you in. One of the first things, I met with a doctor, I believe he was an Indian man, a little darker complected, and he gave me some kind of drug, a temporary drug to help right there. Because if you're calling up a suicidal number, a suicide hotline number, you're probably pretty worked up. You're not in a good place. It's hard on your nerves. And he gave me, I don't know if it was a tranquilizer or what it was, but I'll admit I felt pretty good when he gave me whatever it was. Lasted. It was temporary, but it kind of really took the edge off. So, and then from there, they enrolled me in a outpatient daily treatment program. And I had to get permission from the encyclopedia company. It lasted like 9 a.m. till, I don't know, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. It was like a half day, maybe a little more. Can't remember exactly, but it was outpatient. You didn't stay overnight. So I started attending that, and I imagine, I can't remember, but I imagine they may have given me an antidepressant also, Prozac or whatever. Did they have Prozac in 1994? I don't know. I'm not for sure if they did give me an antidepressant. I really can't even remember. I just remember they gave me something strong the very first day, like I said, that really took the edge off. And that was a temporary thing. So I enrolled, and you were kind of seated. They would seat you like kind of group therapy, like 10, 12 people, maybe more. And they'd have a couple counselors talking in the middle. And I remember being seated between a large man on my left, a woman on my right. And the man on my left, he was a heavy man, overweight, kind of a biker type dude. The thing that struck me about him was he had the saddest eyes I'd ever seen at that point. And since then, I think the saddest eyes also. I don't think I've ever seen a set of eyes like that in my life. They were so sad. And he had, if my memory serves me, he had a bandana, and he had a big swastika on his upper arm. And yeah, he was on my left, And then on my right, there was this lady, a little darker complected. I think she was of Mediterranean descent. And she was hearing voices, she was really rattled by it. She was really hearing voices. I don't know how long they'd been going to this outpatient therapy. But being seated in between those two people, that, and I guess whatever else I saw at the therapy group, it's been 26 years, I unfortunately came away with the notion that this isn't going to help me. This is not going to help me. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'm going to kill myself. There's no hope here for me. Now, that said, I do believe in medications, and I do believe in psychiatrists and counselors. And I'll get into more of that later, but I do believe in that stuff. Therapy, treatment center, But for myself at that time, at that particular treatment center I was at, and like I said, the man on my left and the lady on my right, it just, it didn't inspire me or give me any hope. So much so that I just came to the point, yeah, I'm going to kill myself. There's no hope here. So, anyway, but I do believe that stuff can help people. So, I decided that before I would end my life, I thought, if I'm going to end my life anyway, if I'm so miserable that I'm going to end it anyway, what would it hurt me to go back to the lady named Rita and Jim Thorpe? Jim Thorpe is the eastern part of Pennsylvania. What would it hurt me to go back there and give my life to this Jesus? If he's not real, I'm out nothing. I'm going to shoot myself anyway. Yeah, that's the other part. As I was from a rural environment, farming, hunting. I would have used a weapon to commit suicide. So it most likely would not have been a suicide attempt. It would have just been a suicide. So anyway, back to my point. I'm like, why don't I just go back there? I'll be out nothing, absolutely nothing. So I went back there, and I told Rita, I said, yeah, I'll accept Jesus into my heart. I'll turn my life over to him. And so she led me in something called a sinner's prayer. And they're pretty basic. They're all over on the internet, but it's basically just, you're like, God, I'm a sinner. I believe you sent Jesus to pay for my sins. I want to make him my Lord and Savior. Come into my heart. I'll try and live as you want me to live. It's like that. I didn't quite do it justice, but it's like that. You can Google them. So anyway, I was willing to turn my life over if this Jesus existed. I was going to throw it away anyway, so what did it hurt me to turn it over? So I really did mean it when I said that prayer, as far as being willing to surrender my life. I really did mean it. Like I said, it was over anyway. So I said that prayer, and the other thing that stuck out to me during that prayer, she would say the prayer, and I would repeat it. I can't remember how repentant or sorry I was for my sins, because like I said, I didn't have faith. I don't know if I had a firm grasp on the fact, I'm a sinner. I don't know if I was thinking like that. I can't remember. But I do remember she got to the place where she said, okay, Jesus, I ask you into my heart, that part of the prayer. And I stopped her and I said, wait a second. Don't you have to have faith for this to work? I don't believe. So how is he, don't you have to have faith? And she said, okay, just say this. Jesus, if you're real, come into my heart. I thought, yeah, I can say that. I don't know if he's real or not, but I can say that. That's intellectually honest for me to say that. Jesus, if you're real, come into my heart. So I said it. And, I did feel a little better after the prayer. I felt a little kind of like lighter. But I didn't all of a sudden decide, oh, God exists because I feel better after a prayer. I was like, well, yeah, that's it. Maybe, could it be God? I don't know. But I thought, I shared with another human being that I'm really in this low spot. Maybe it was just a sharing with another human being. Maybe it was something like that, some kind of emotional catharsis. And it wasn't like, oh, my whole life is better. I just felt a little better. So I went home. And gosh, was that evening time when I said that prayer? I think it was. Not positive. So I went home, went and laid down on this couch, and when I woke up, I had something very strange. I woke up to something very, 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 very strange. And I think I'll take another break and we'll start back up later.